just so people don't freak out.
Hello and welcome, Cardinal fans. Today's game is being played in honor of our veterans serviced our country. On behalf of the Greenwich Cardinal Lacrosse Club, the Greenwich 2017 Lacrosse Captains would like to present a check to the James J. Peters VA Medical Center for $500.
We would like to thank you for your service. Please stand for the playing of our national anthem, being sung to you by Greenwich Senior Kevin Downey.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well done.
Let's have a great game, Cardinals.
Okay, welcome to the Darien Athletic Foundation live broadcast from Greenwich High School Stadium here, where the Darien boys varsity lacrosse will be taking on the Greenwich Cardinals today. This is an FCAC league game, and we're happy to bring this game to you live. I'm Bruce Ferguson, and I will be walking you through the game today. I am honored to have with me a guest announcer, a recent Darien graduate from the class of 2016, no other than Jack Book. He is here, and he's just fresh home from college, finished up his first year at University of Pennsylvania. So, Jack, thanks for coming out, and thanks for joining me. And so Jack's going to take you through. He knows these kids quite well. 4-year, what was it, 3 at Darien, right?
Yeah, 3 years at Darien High School.
Midi, number 30.
Yep.
Great player. He knows our team well, knows Greenwich well. So I think you guys are in for a real treat today to hear Jack call the game. Boys are on the field. It's quite rainy here, as it's no surprise to all you watching from home. Or here's a shout out to the Goose in Darien. We understand that this game is being broadcast in the Goose, and the boys are on the field. So, with no further ado, let's watch a little bit of lacrosse.
All right, so we got Tanner Stroop here on the face-off. Tanner, a junior this year, coming off a good season last year, and it is won there by Bailey Savio. Savio's seen some great success in the FCAC over the last 2 years. Okay, picked up now by Greenwich. Chased down by Jake Beeler. And now it's off to the left alley. Still with Beeler. Ball's on the carpet momentarily. And now it is Addison Muir being guarded by Quinn Fay. Darien with possession now. It's Riley Stewart, cross midfield. Has Lindley to his right. Ball's with Lindley. over to Logan McGovern. McGovern's been having a great season so far, as is the entire Blue Wave offense. Kevin Lindley, obviously a mainstay, wearing the number 12 for the Blue Wave. Riley Stewart with it now. Stewart, midfielder, headed off to Brown, senior, captain. And little miscue there from Brian Minikis. So we'll get our first look at the Darien ride of the day. Darien's ride has been very successful over the last 4 years. Or I guess since So we'll get our second look at Darien's defense. It's Finley Collins now guarding. He's got Riley Stewart to his left. Collins, a senior, headed off to the University of Pennsylvania. He will play for the Quakers. And of course, this Darien defense has been terrific so far this year. Most notably, probably Ryan Cornell in net. Cornell has just been rock solid at his time here in Darien. We're in the number 14, headed off to Vermont next year. Was recently selected to play in the Under Armour All-American game down in Baltimore. So we're looking forward to seeing what he can do the rest of the season. And a quick shot there fired to the right of the net. Couldn't fail, pick up. This defense has definitely shown moments of strength. They've got significant size. The defense from a year ago, led by Mark Ivanchik, and Will Simpson. It's Nick Procarpio now. And we have a whistle. Riley Stewart now going to try to clear. Caught up a little bit at midfield. Manages to get the ball up to Finley Collins, who enters the box. And they will slow things down now with Logan McGovern. Over to Matt Mays. Mays, a senior, off to Lafayette. His pass is too short. So our second Darien ride here. Greenwich was successful in their first clear of the game, but running into some trouble now. And they're able to successfully cross midfield. A little bit of an unsettled situation, but they opt to pull it out. It's Procarpio. And it looks as though Jack Joyce has just entered from the box, so he is joined by Jake Beeler, who is headed off to Army next year. Quinn Fay, who will be playing football at Tufts University. That is Blake Somi. I apologize to everyone. Oh, wait, nope.
That's Blake Somi.
Jack Joyce is out there as well. Okay, so we have Blake Somi, Jack Joyce, Nick Procarpio, Arden Cohen, the senior transfer headed to Notre Dame. And Arden Cohen has been fantastic this far in the season. Definitely a presence and has the tendency to erase attackmen to the point where it's almost as if you do not notice them. And this is Beeler up the right side, looking to clear once again. As Blake Somi, and Somi enters the box. So third possession here for Darien. McGovern with it at X. McGovern, a junior, headed to Bryant. Highly skilled attackman. Going to work behind the net, around the crease. Good defense there by Greenwich. And save is made, but the ground ball is picked up, and we will have a flag. It looks as though that was a late hit. Did not have my eyes on the play, but it looks to be McGovern drew the penalty, and we'll get our first look at the Darien man up. So we are now getting our first look at the Darien man up. Ball's with Stewart. Stewart lets one fly, And it is backed up by the goaltender, as Darien did not have a player in the position behind the net to chase the ball out of bounds. McGovern breaks his stick, and the ball is successfully cleared across midfield. So with the man advantage, we will see if Darien can successfully ice Greenwich's possession and get the ball back on the offensive end as soon as possible. Good handle there on the far side. Blake Somi now being followed by Matt Gould. It's Cohen and now Beeler. Gould still the lone man in front of the crease next to Cornell, and goes out to double the ball. Double opportunity, splits the double, and first Greenwich goal of the day scored by number 6, Jack Fida. Bit of a defensive breakdown there when Matt Gould went to go and assist on the double team. It was as if Fida was able to successfully swim between the two defenders and have a lane at the net. Defense was in slough position in case of, crease passes across the crease, etc. But Fida able to find a way in front of the net and beat Cornell, the top right. So it's Strub now and Savio once again. Nick Procarpio on the wing, along with Riley Stewart on the far side. Just over 5 minutes left in the first period. And the score is 1-0 Greenwich. Face-off violation by Tanner Strub, so it will be Greenwich possession. Got away with a ward there. They're going to let him play. Quinn Fay now behind the net. Has Beeler to his left. And to his left is Riley Stewart. Jack Joyce, the lone man in front next to Cornell. Only 5 Greenwich players on the field. I'm not sure if they're... Are they... They got a man down. They're still... Okay, so Greenwich is still man down. Will likely expire soon. Unfortunately, I do not have a penalty clock. Ball moves through X. Kunfe is there. Over to the left side of the net, Arden Cohen has Riley Stewart to his right. Cohen, a very skilled defenseman, mentioned that he is a transfer from the gunnery school, is headed off to Notre Dame to play for Coach Corrigan. And Cohen has been very impressive. I mentioned how he tends to erase people, his attackmen from the game. We'll see if he can continue to do that today, but he is definitely someone to keep an eye on. Quinn Fay picking up the pressure. And it is now Procarpio. Joyce. Pretty low-scoring game this far in the first quarter. It is raining significantly here in Greenwich at Cardinal Stadium. Not sure if that's playing a factor in the game, but it is definitely wet. Greenwich was kind enough to allow us to use the press box and provide this telecast.
Thank you very much to the Greenwich Athletic Director, Gus. I'll get his last name for you shortly here. But we very much appreciate access to the box here, especially in the rain today.
The ball swings through X. In tight and rejected at first by Ryan Cornell, but on the rebound it looks to be Fida again, number 6, Jack Fida with his second goal of the day. Cornell makes the stop up high, but the rebound low falls into the stick of Fida, and he's able to finish down low before Cornell could react. So it is now 2-0 Greenwich with 3:06 left to play in the first quarter.
Unassisted.
Of course, Jack, Greenwich coached by Bobby Lutz,
Mm-hmm.
who was longtime assistant at Darien under Jeff Braemeier.
Yeah, Coach Lutz has been around the Darien program for a number of years now. Left for Greenwich last year, and it was a fun chance. Oh, and there's the third goal. Fida again. That is his third goal now. Bit of a slow start for the Darien defense. We'll see if Braemeier opts to take a timeout and figure out where the weaknesses lie.
It was prom night in Darien last night. I know.
Yep, prom last night.
That is number 6.
Not sure if that's playing a factor in this one,
Gonna have to
but
wait.
definitely potentially could be a reason if there's a slow start. But
Gonna have to get these guys going.
so Strub's second violation of the game. It goes to Greenwich.
Jack Fida also plays on the Connecticut Chargers 2019 team, which is coached by Bobby Lutz. So a lot of these boys on the field, as usual, know each other quite well from growing up and playing lacrosse in the youth programs here, as well as the summer club lacrosse circuit. So
The Connecticut Chargers have been one of the premier select teams, or the premier club teams in this area for a number of years now. Coach Lutz has been an active part of that, the success of the Chargers organization. He actually was one of my coaches when I was younger, and I've learned more from Coach Lutz in my career as a lacrosse player than pretty much any other coach I can think of. Obviously, Coach Braemeier is phenomenal with his recent 500th win, or not 500th win,
552,
sorry.
I think it was.
552, yep. He passes Howard Benedict as the winningest coach all time in Connecticut. But I think Coach Lutz has the potential to really take this Greenwich program to new heights. Greenwich has been a very successful team in the FCAC as
shot
of late.
wide there.
And I think Coach Lutz, with his knowledge of the FCAC in general, having coached against teams like New Canaan and coached with the likes of Jeff Braemeier.
That hit the post there, huh? Did it hit the pipe?
Looked as though it did hit the pipe. I'm not sure. I wasn't really paying attention. Still trying to figure this out.
I think it did hit the pipe.
And
we're back
that's
down.
Cornell there with his
Cornell
I want
makes
to
the
say
save.
third save of the game. Riley Stewart now across midfield. So we'll get another look at this Darien offense, which has been stagnant this far in the game. Finley Collins with it now. We'll see who decides that they're going to take this game into their own hands. The offensive, and that would be an over and back violation, except for the fact that Greenwich has possession. So loose ball now at midfield. Riley Stewart picks it up and is able to successfully clear it across midfield. Now enters the box to the right side of the net. And it goes to Mays, now to McGovern, and this is Lindley. Lindley, senior, off to Loyola. Can't find anything.
It's a
Draws
flag
a
down.
flag, and quickly eaten up by the Greenwich goaltender. So, bit of momentum there. Hopefully they can build on that. We'll get another look at the Darien man up in just a second. Let's see. We have Riley Stewart, Finley Collins, Brian Minikis, Logan McGovern, number 4, Kevin Lindley, and Matt Mays. Brian Minikis, number 2, up to the top with Collins. Stewart with the ball in the right alley. Looks to be... Mr. Ferguson, what was the call?
I'm not sure. I'm just... I kind of checked out there for a second, Jack, because I'm trying to get the water droplets off the lens. So with the heavy rain coming here and a little bit of wind, unfortunately, we are catching a little bit of water on the lens. Yeah. bring our mics back up. You'll be able to hear each other, okay?
Okay, a bit of a refresh here. I'm joined by Michael Sands. Sands, a graduate of Greenwich High School in 2016. He and I played together for 3 years in high school.
Yep, 3 years. We played club ball, Chargers.
Yep. Michael is down at Lafayette, where his brother Jason is a senior. Or is he already
Jason is
graduated?
about to graduate in a week right now. Lafayette College, great time. Tough season this year.
Well, I think overall, college lacrosse this season has been relatively sporadic. I think you have teams who have succeeded well past their expectations, and I guess the expectations of others. But then you have teams who just couldn't quite get the rhythm that they need in order to succeed at this level nowadays.
Yeah, I think college lacrosse, every team is talented. Every team has players that can play. It's just a matter of any given Friday, any given day. You know, Patriot League, ACC. It's all
Patriot
good.
League. Patriot League's been great over the last couple of years. So, Mike, you know more about Greenwich than I do, and I can cover the Darien side of things. So, I
Jack
think-
Fita, 3 goals so far in the game.
he's been fun to watch so far.
I got a chance to play with him last year. He's a freshman. I was a senior. Great time.
So he's a sophomore this year.
Yep, great finisher. Good hands.
Is he going anywhere just yet?
No, he's not committed.
No. And we mentioned he plays for the Connecticut Chargers, and Coach Lutz is actively involved with the Chargers. So hopefully Fita will find a place soon. He definitely has the talent, although there's that new regulation that has just been changed as the ball moves across midfield here at Spieler.
Andrew Draskarian at number 27, having a great year for the Cardinals.
Okay, so for everybody back home, we're going to stay with you, me and Mike. We're going to try to get you a little bit more play-by-play. Got a little sidetracked talking about college lacrosse. Definitely good to be back, though. I'm watching FCAC lacrosse. The tournament's right around the corner. Would definitely like to see Greenwich and Darien face off again.
Here we got number 7 carrying the ball, Matthew Bogger. He's a junior, headed to UMass in about 2 years, year and a half.
And this is Procarpio on defense here for Darien. That's Blake Somi, number 8. And we've got Riley Stewart now guarding.
Captain, number 41, Jack O'Connor. Jack has a great shot. Let's see what he can do here.
Has a man open to his left. And
Shot.
the shot is fired, backed up by Greenwich.
That was number 16, Zach Tucker, new face to the program.
So it looks to be Nick Procarpio up top, and to his left is Riley Stewart, who now guards.
Absolutely pouring.
Yeah, it is raining quite heavy now, actually. May wind up being a significant factor in this game as the game progresses if this rain doesn't stop. Procarpio now, and Beeler covering number 6, Fita, with 3 goals on the day. Cohen to the right of Stewart. Stewart now. And now it's Blake Somi covering
Number 1, Joe Dowley gets hit.
And it's going to be Darien ball.
Turnover.
So Somi will have the chance to clear. Darien and its base clear. So as Somi breaks up the field, across midfield, has Finley Collins to his right. Collins now across midfield and into the box. Not quite a transition opportunity as the numbers don't match up. Now it is Logan McGovern over to Matt Mays to the right of the net. Now up to Riley Stewart, the captain. Stewart now to his left.
Hard move against Jack O'Connor, number 41.
And a
Shot.
hard shot, stuffed by number 27, Sassari. Triscari. So we'll get another Darien ride here. One of the best. And I believe we have a timeout called with 8:58 left in the second quarter. So a 3-goal game, 3-0 Greenwich. Pouring rain here at Cardinal Stadium.
Great day for some lacrosse, Jack.
It is definitely a great day for lacrosse.
Now, Darien lost a lot of their players last year. I know Niffin, Minikis, Vanchek, you guys are all having a great year freshman year. So they got a lot of new faces on the field. Who's been having a great year for you guys?
We've had to have Darien has had to have a number of its underclassmen step up. We have several returning players, such as Kevin Lindley, Riley Stewart, Finley Collins, and of course the defense led by Ryan Cornell is all returning, aside from Arden, the transfer Arden Cohen. But there's definitely a need on the offensive end in particular to sort of rearrange after losing such great offensive weapons last year in Niffin and Minikis, Hamill. So Matt Mays, who actually was a midfielder last year, has been moved down to attack and has possibly found a new position. He's seen some great success in his senior year. Mays is one of those players who could have definitely been playing, all the last 2 years. But obviously with the depth of a team like Darien and teams in the FCAC in general, it's difficult to get on the field. Bit of a scrum now at the 40-yard line.
Big ground ball by Addison Muir, number 29. Pushing, leaning.
And that is Stewart on him. And Cornell with the interception from behind the crease. Breaks upfield. He has Lindley. And Lindley now brings it in on a 3-on-3 situation. Takes it to the net himself and scores. Number 12, Kevin Lindley, the senior captain, headed to Loyola.
I'm not sure if Kevin's a captain.
Here we go.
Oh, he's not.
That's not the mute. That's the solo. That's mute.
So that was solo. Okay. Sorry if any of you heard that back home.
Here, you're on mute now.
Here we go.
Kevin
Bailey
Lindley,
Savio.
not a captain, but very well could be. Wearing the number 12, obviously, in commemoration of, it's become Darien's. Oh, and we have a bit of a situation to the left of the net. Cohen involved, but it will stay Greenwich ball. We have Arden Cohen now.
Matthew Balger testing his man. 3-year varsity starter.
And it swings back across. It's number 41 being guarded by Riley Stewart. The ball moves down. Jake Beeler there. Kunfei on number 29. So 3-1 game with 7:31 now left in the first half, and that is a shot that is wide and backed up by Ryan Cornell. Cornell is just incredibly athletic as a goaltender. A lot of the time you can get people who are great ball stoppers, but to have a guy who can actually run the clear and be an active part of it with the ability to handle the ball the way that he can, that's really been a leg up for Darien for much of his time here. Obviously, Phil Hufford between the pipes for Darien before Cornell. Hufford actually, starting goalie at Yale, is still in the NCAA tournament, so he is still at work.
Yeah, man. Cornell, great player. Played against him last year, the year before. Great instincts.
Ground ball picked up there by Brian Minikis over to Finley Collins. Collins with the heavy shot. Opts not to take it. Collins has had some great success this year as a power midi. Has always had a great shot, but really has been able to pick apart defenses. And that shot is stuffed. That was Brian Minikis on the shot.
And another save by Andrew Chiskari, the senior.
Darien's definitely got to start playing a much more team-oriented offense. I'm seeing a lot of individual dodging. And as Lindley now breaks to his left, picked up by Mays. Nope, picked up by Greenwich, and it will be cleared out to midfield.
Great play by Andrew
I
Chiskari.
believe that's Holden Tidy.
Running the break. Shot.
And saved by Cornell. So a bit of a back and forth. There should be goalie interference there. Possibly a delay game. And fans here are not happy with the call, as Cornell was able to break out midfield. So we'll see what the call is here. Finally figured out the mute button here. Apologize to viewers back home. It's a learning experience. I'm having a great time doing it. So, ball will be with Darien to the right of Cornell, and that is Jake Beeler with it. As Arden Cohen opposite him on the far side of the field, as the ball is now with Cornell in the middle of the field. James Solberg, a senior who's had a great year so far, has definitely been one of those players who has stepped in to fill the void from last year, as the ball is with Somi, and Somi enters the crease, but steps out. It is Mays. High school rules don't allow you to enter and exit the box once the flag has been thrown. So we'll get another call. It looks as though it'll be two. Will it be 2 men up, or was there no man advantage? 2 men up. So Darien with a great opportunity here to try to cut the lead to just 1.
Let's see what talented Coach Braemar has drawn up.
You know Coach Braemar's got something up his sleeve.
Always. Great coach.
Coach Braemar really has an eye for offensive schemes. He says that he watches a lot of college lacrosse, which has really helped him to build this Darien program and the systems that they run. As the ball's fed inside, and a huge save on the doorstep. That was Lindley on the shot.
Ground ball picked up by number 3, JT Lawrence.
Bit of confusion, but Greenwich is able to calm things down and push up the far side.
JT taking it himself, cross midfield.
And offsides is called. Or... sorry, I take that back. No offsides. So it's Cohen now guarding number 7. Carpio. Carpio, great long stick midfielder, having to fill in for Rock Stewart. Stewart had a great year this year at Williams. Obviously a phenomenal student as well. But Procarpio has definitely been able to step up and sort of fill those shoes. Bit of a different playing style than Stewart. Procarpio definitely an aggressive long stick.
Wow. Long shot!
Wow.
Wow, way too loud.
Deep shot. Beats Cornell up high.
Goal by Greenwich, number 41, Jack O'Connor.
Saints too loud. Bailey
Face-off.
Savio with the face-off win.
So 4-1, 3:56 left to play in the first half. Quinfei to the left of Cornell. I'm noticing Darien's defense definitely pushed out a lot more than I've seen them in the past. Cohen up there at the 40-yard line. Definitely a dangerous Greenwich team that requires a lot of pressure, but might be, oh, and a shot goes wide to the right of Cornell, backed up by Greenwich.
Jack, that was number 8, Jackson Peters.
Get that mic in right next to your mouth. Bring it in further. Yeah. Cool.
And this is Cohen now at the far side of the field, is able to create a ground ball situation on the sideline, and timeout is called by Darien. What a play by Arden Cohen, having the presence of mind to keep pushing upfield and keeping the ball on the turf where he knows that he can have success. Braemar able to successfully call the timeout right on the sideline. So Darien with the possession. It will be 3 minutes left on the clock. About, is that, it could be
3 minutes.
3:07.
Little tree branch, need a little tree trim.
Yeah, a little tree trimming is necessary. I can see, yeah, it looks like a 7. So 3:07 left to play in the first half. We'll see what Darien can write up here.
Just a real quick timeout.
Super quick timeout. Definitely a possession call for Coach Braemar. So, Michael, what do you think of the all-black uniforms for Darien this year?
They're pretty sweet, but Greenwich now, they got some new.
Folks, here. Okay, folks, we're back online here. Hopefully you can see it. The score is 5-2. Darien, we're just getting this updated. We are going to go offline for a minute.
5-2 Greenwich.
I'm sorry, 5-2 Greenwich. Thank you, Jack. We are just going to reboot the our broadcast computer here at the half because we are having it did shut down on us. So we will be back in just a few minutes. You will see the screen freeze. You're not going to miss any of the action. We apologize for that technical mishap. But Jack and I will be back from Greenwich High School. It's halftime with Greenwich leading Darien 5-2. Please stand by.
I think there's still time left, right? You're figuring out the scoreboard?
Logan O'Brien.
Okay, we've rebooted our computer. The game has
Unassisted.
started here in the second half. That is a score now of 5-2. Darien just scored. We're hoping that our computer is going to stay with us here. Apologize for that. If somebody could send me a text out there just to let me know that the stream is back, we would appreciate that. Just some technical difficulties there. We'll get the camera pointed back on the action here just a second and resume our broadcast.
That's Zach Tucker.
Riley Stewart now off to Blake Somi, who takes the shot from 10 yards and buries it.
Very quickly, score is 5-4 in the second half.
Starting to turn into one of those Darien Greenwich games that we love to see. Much like 2 years ago on the same field, Darien lost to Greenwich in overtime. Decker Curran, number 22, stepping down. So 5-4 game.
Okay, Andrew Bogdan, thank you very much for checking in there. Just got the all clear sign from TV land out there that they are seeing our broadcast and hearing us loud and clear. So thank you for the update there. And again, sorry for the issue we had with our broadcast computer there. I'm not sure if it overheated. Not exactly sure what happened there, but we shut it down and thankfully it came back to life. So we're back in action.
So Greenwich with the ball now. This is Jack Joyce, covering number 9. And tries to get inside, but Cornell able to get his shoulder on it. And it looks as though number 8 fell into the crease, was not pushed. So it'll be Darien possession at X. And now Cornell off to his left to Riley Stewart. Stewart will try to clear it, has Cohen in front of him, and finds Cohen, who finds Jack Joyce, but a little bit of trouble there as he tries to corral it. And it looks as though there was a push on Greenwich, so it'll stay Darien ball. This is Finley Collins now to the right of the net, off to Matt Mays, who feeds it along to Kevin Lindley. Lindley now to his strong left hand, and nothing there. Pulls it out across to Minikis, and now back to Riley Stewart. And it's Finley Collins now. Darien looking to attack the sides a lot more, and Finley with a great face dodge and finish in front. That is a fantastic play. Able to use his side and size and speed from the right alley to his dominant right hand, and is able to carefully place one in after a great face dodge.
That ties it up there, 5-all.
Finley Collins to tie it up.
Jack Book doing a great job calling the game here.
Definitely a lot harder than it looks.
Very happy to have you here, Jack. I've been doing some of this. This is a new venture for the Darien Athletic Foundation, bringing these live streaming games to you. Today is, I think, a real nice benefit there to have the game at home.
And that's Bailey Savio winning the faceoff.
Quite a bit of rain here, as you guys can see on the field. We're getting lots of good reports back that grandparents and alums have been able to watch some of these games either live or on replay. Also, a lot of younger players are watching these games who are just looking up to the high school players for the Blue Wave. Heard that a lot of the kids are just watching, just to see the technique and the plays and things like that. If you are watching on the YouTube on the YouTube app, on the website there, the player there, you can hit the left arrow to go back 5 seconds. You can hit the right arrow to go forward.
Is this turned up enough?
Yeah, it's these need to come up a little more to bring it up higher.
Getting a lot of feedback.
I just shut mine off.
Okay. So sorry about that. We're back. Still a tie ball. Or sorry, Darien now up 7-6. And there's about 35 seconds left in the third quarter. It was
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the camera, Jack. Okay.
Yep.
It looks like we're
And there's another goal there by Greenwich. Apologize for all the technical difficulties that we've been experiencing. A bit of a spotty broadcast so far. Not quite sure why, but it seems as though we have it down at the moment. 24 seconds left in the game. The ball game's tied at 7.
Number 6,
in the third.
Jack
In the
Fila,
third. Sorry, I'm
highlight
up
of the
too
game,
high here.
Unassisted.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's
That's good.
Oh, I see that cord must have pushed up the volume a little bit. Yeah, so no, we're in the third quarter, folks. So third quarter.
Ref's now talking. I'm not quite sure what they're discussing. We
Did-
had our eyes off the field, but there was a goal scored by Greenwich, so game will be tied at 7. 24 seconds left. It's been a back and forth ball game all day, and it's definitely one of those FCIAC rivalries you love to look for. And I'm sure everybody watching at home, you understand just how intense these games can be. If you haven't experienced it, or if you were in the youth program and
Jack, you still live?
I am still live. Are we
There's a stick check going on.
okay? Sorry, apologize for that. Trying to make sure we keep an eye on the Wirecast.
That's our software.
Yep, that's the software we use. I apologize. So, can finally resume play here. It's Strub and Savio at the X, Riley Stewart and Nick Procarpio on the wings for Darien. Cornell to the left of the X in his net. Rain still coming down, definitely a factor at this point in the game. Super tight game as Savio wins it forward to himself and off to the right. Savio has been known to shoot and does, and it is just wide of the net, backed up by Greenwich. So it'll be Greenwich ball with 13.9 seconds left in the third quarter. We'll see if Darien opts to push out more than they normally would and preserve the last couple seconds of the game here and not let anybody shoot like that. And that's his second goal of the day. Definitely some range.
Shot and goal by number 41, Jack O'Connor, his second of the day from long range.
So with 5.4 seconds left, Greenwich retakes the lead 8-7. We'll get another look at Strub and Savio before we head to the fourth quarter. Greenwich definitely a well-tuned team, as is Darien. Just a testament to the rivalry. Coach Lutz versus Coach Braymeyer. Coaching together 2 years ago, but now opposite sides of the bench. And we will be headed to the fourth quarter. Score is 8-7, Greenwich.
All right, we're back up.
We are back, and it's the start of the fourth quarter. And violation by Greenwich, so it'll be Darien ball. It's Riley Stewart at midfield. Takes it down to the left alley. It has Mays to his left, and to his left is McGovern. So McGovern with it now. Definitely a back-and-forth game. We touched on it a little bit at the end of the third quarter. Obviously, we apologize for the spotty broadcast. Bit of some technical difficulties, possibly weather-related. I'm sure the players are as we see an errant pass there as well. The rain is definitely playing a factor in this game. Both teams extremely skilled, and it is definitely obvious that they're trying their best to play through it. Great game, as McGovern is now to the right of the Greenwich net. Has Brian Minikis to his left, but opts to take the ISO with the short stick at X, but draws a pole. Needs to move it quick, and does out to Brian Minikis. Minikis now with the short stick, and Minikis is capable of dodging at X, as we see right there. Has the feed out in front to Lindley. Last-minute effort to try to keep the ball in bounds as Collins diving for it. So we'll get another look at this Darien ride, which has been very successful this far in the season. Matt Mays now. And McGovern now going to try to pressure the goalkeeper as the old let one off and let one in. Typical Coach Lutz clear there. And what an outlet pass out front, and McGovern finishes low. What a pass from the 40-yard line, the Darien 40-yard line, all the way down to McGovern, who's able to bury it low and beat the Greenwich goaltender. I'm not even sure who threw that pass, but that was incredible. I was just talking about the clear where Coach Lutz sent a man off near the Darien box and let a man on at the Greenwich sideline. But it seems as though Darien was ready for it. It's almost as if Coach Braemar and Coach Lutz coached together at some point. I'm not sure. So, face-off battle here. Savio's been strong all day. Strube holding his own, and it's Procarpio now harassing the long stick, number 3. But it's picked up by Tanner Strube. Gritty ground ball there out to Kevin Lindley, who goes down the right alley and looks to slow. Nope, he's going to take a shot, and he buries it. 9-8 Darien with 10:05 left in the fourth quarter. What an effort by Kevin Lindley to have the presence of mind to understand that he could either slow the game down and get a settled possession or push it in transition. And obviously Darien, as of late, has been one of those transition offenses, and that's been for a number of years now. I shouldn't say as of late. It's been for a number of years now, but you can definitely see it in full effect there. Lindley with the finish. So, again, back and forth game. Both teams playing incredible lacrosse right now, given the conditions. So it looks as though it'll be Darien possession. And, oh, Greenwich is a man down. Okay, so we're getting a look at the Darien man up here, as it's with Finley Collins and now on to Riley Stewart. Stewart headed off to Brown next year. Great transition midfielder, getting his chance in at man up. Sorry, should not say chance. And another finish by Kevin Lindley, number 12. The attackman headed to Loyola.
And that brings it to 10-8 Darien here in the fourth.
That was a great offensive possession by the Blue Wave. Pretty powerful EMO lineup for the Darien Blue Wave with Stewart and Collins, who are two mainstays, and obviously great shooting ability with both hands. They draw a lot of attention on the perimeter of the defense, which is where, you know, the top of the box area, so to speak. And it really enabled Lindley there to open up his dominant left hand and sink another. Yep. Was I on mute?
I don't think so. I think you're one. Here, is that y-
Okay, so I turned you on. I
Is-
turned your, yeah.
is that
I
me?
turned your, yep. So, yeah, because
test? No. Okay, that's me. Yeah.
Okay.
You're one.
sorry, trying to figure out the audio board here. Knock on wood, Wirecaster seems to be holding up. As we've got a great game, hopefully we can keep this up as best we can.
9 minutes remain. That's
So
right.
it's Brian Minikis now.
Jack Book.
Slows things down with Finley Collins. Again, I'd like to thank Mr. Ferguson and the Darien Athletic Foundation for allowing me to help out with this broadcast. It's been fun to be able to watch Darien play all season long, despite being down at school. For all you guys watching, all you alumni who are watching this game, it's really been great to be able to keep up with the team.
Well, we're thrilled to have you here today, Jack, and you're doing a great job. It's definitely a baptism by fire for you, where you've been doing a great job here, and I just couldn't.
We're getting through it.
I feel badly.
We're getting through it. No,
but
this is fun, and this is what it's all about.
As we know, you're a very good sport, and you're doing a great job. So thank you very much for
Couldn't be
joining
more
me.
happy to be here.
It's nice to have a wingman here, especially when things are going a little wrong. But so far so good right now. Fourth quarter, let's just hope we can get across the finish line here with no more technical issues.
Just knocked on wood, in case anyone was wondering.
We are knocking.
Issue has been that we take our eyes off the screen and try to pay attention to the game, and it'll wind up going black on us. So we apologize if it's interrupted in any way or abrupt. I mean, obviously we have no control over it. Ooh, behind the back shot taken
Okay,
by Greenwich, and it's
Cornell.
corralled by Cornell. Getting sidetracked here. So it's Finley Collins now breaking up midfield with a head of steam. And is able to settle it down off to Matt Mays. To Lindley. And now it's Minikis. Minikis with the short stick is going to try to do another invert. And we'll see what Darien plans to do. Yep, there's a rotation there. And it swings across to Riley Stewart, who goes hard for his left hand. Pulls back, has Lindley and Minikis to his right. So it'll be Minikis now from up top, being covered by number 41. Is that Davey? 41? Jack O'Connor. O'Connor with the 2 goals on the day, both from range. It's now McGovern now. And feeds in front to Finley Collins, who is able to put it in low. What a pass by Logan McGovern, and an incredible finish by Finley Collins. There's that attack the net mentality that was lacking in the first half. Definitely a lot more life on the Blue Wave sideline, despite being miserably cold and wet.
It is definitely cold and wet.
I gotta
That
say,
is for sure.
I gotta say, I'm a bit disappointed for any of you guys on the team who are gonna watch this after the game. The mosh pit from the past couple seasons, it does not look too hot right now. So
It's a Darien timeout. Darien will regroup a little bit here. 5:41 remaining in the fourth quarter. As Jack was just saying, we've got quite a few umbrellas up here in the stands. Wind seems to have died down a little bit here in the last few minutes, but the rain has been a constant. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Got Peter Lindley in front of the press box here,
Right.
cheering for his boy.
Peter Lindley Sr.
Senior, yes,
Yep.
Peter Senior.
I think I saw Coach Lindley as well. Coach Lindley recently tallying her 400th win.
Yes, that was this week. A nice presentation ceremony there.
So both Darien coaches tallying 900 wins combined in their tenure at Darien High School.
Play about to resume here in the fourth quarter. 5:47 to play. Darien is up by 3.
It's Minikis, and he has a short stick on him, number 11. And he's going to push in with it and off the pipe. I believe it was off the pipe.
I think so.
Good hard move to the net by Minikis. Hard to his left hand, and tries to come back to his right and put it low, or near side low, I should say. And I think he just caught the pipe. But they definitely seem to be liking Minikis at the invert against the short stick. It's garnered a lot of success thus far in the game, especially in the second half. 5:22 left to play in the fourth quarter. Score is 11-8 Darien. As now it's Riley Stewart at X with a short stick. Darien looking to be doing a little bit of clock management, trying to see how much time they can take off the clock without getting the shot clock put on, which is when you will have 30 seconds to shoot the ball.
Offense also looking a bit more
that
confident.
looks like, yep, there's a flag down there. It looks like it's going to be a hold on Greenwich. So we'll get another Darien extra man opportunity.
Darien offense seeming a bit more confident this quarter, I think.
Definitely a bit more confident.
Moving the ball crisply.
I think maybe they've adjusted to the pace of play. And obviously both teams just, 3 goals is not a lot in this game,
No.
as we know,
No.
2 years ago. Very similar situation here at Cardinal Stadium. So I'm sure Coach Braemar is prepared and would like to keep Greenwich at bay. And that's a shot there by Riley Stewart, and is saved out in front. Pressure here by McGovern. Darien Ride in full effect once again. McGovern's got Matt Mays to his left and Kevin Lindley to his right. And a long pass. Corralled by, and that is a nice spin move. Way to spin out of the pressure. And he's going to pull up again, just over the top of the crossbar. That would have been his 3rd from 15 yards. So Arden Cohen's going to pick up the ball, or pick up the man here to the right of Cornell, to the left of Cornell, and is able to put the ball on the carpet. Heavy pressure, and Picarpio is there to pick up the loose ball. Should have time to get a clear going as Stewart looks upfield to Collins. And we have a 4-on-4 situation, so they'll look to slow it down. And 3 minutes and 40 seconds are left in this fourth quarter, as it's Collins. Collins definitely one of the guys that they'd like to have keep this game in control, as he's been a mainstay on this team for quite some time now. It's Minikis at X with a short stick. Probably going to see some pressure from Greenwich pretty soon. Double team, yep, and it comes right now. And up top it goes to Riley Stewart, who is guarded by the long stick number 25. Has Finley Collins underneath as he sweeps across the middle of the field. Again, Darien doing clock management, trying their best to stay out of the shot clock timer on, but might be more difficult as the goalie's out of the net now, so double team is coming. Collins will have the time to get the ball off to McGovern, who avoids pressure and has a man to his left who shoots, and that's Riley Stewart. Nice job by Darien to see the pressure coming and execute on the backside. And that was Stewart with the finish. Coming up on 2 minutes left in the game, and in the fourth quarter, when it gets under 2 minutes, the team with the lead will have to. Is that still? I think that's still a rule, right? The 2 minutes. Get it in, keep it in. Yep. Sorry, different rules. I'm dealing with different rules here.
I believe that is the case. Yes.
But
in
they
boys
will
high school.
they will likely have 30 seconds if they are to win this draw here between Strub and Savio. They will have to keep the ball within the box once they get it in, which obviously no longer a priority to score at that point, given the 4-goal lead. So Strub has a violation. And it'll be Greenwich ball, so we'll get a look at this Darien defense, see if they'll play a little bit more packed in than they have been. But they do look to be still spread out. It's short sticks are Riley Stewart and Blake Somi. Stewart's up top, and now it's Somi to the left of the net as Greenwich lets one fly wide of the net. Cornell being vocal. Definitely playing a bit more packed in than they were earlier. As here's Cohen. Good by Darien to be on the hands and create that sort of pressure. That's where that pushing out type of defense can actually be very effective, and you can see it right there. It creates a bit of an uncomfortable situation for any offense to try to just get the ball around, as now we are under 2 minutes and Darien will have the opportunity to kill the rest of the clock. James Solberg now, number 35. Back there now with Matt Mays, and Solberg with the short stick will go and try to relieve Mays of the pressure, and he does. So Solberg, the lone man at X with the short stick, has Lindley now. Nope, it'll stay with Solberg. So James Solberg and Riley Stewart each with short sticks at X. Goalkeeper is staying in the crease as we're coming up on 1 minute left to play in this game. Looks miserably cold out there, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I really would not want to be out there.
I think it is very cold out there, and
feel worse for the guys on the sideline, troopers in the jackets, who are having to deal with this weather and not being able to run around. As it's Riley Stewart now with 35 seconds left. Stewart, the lone man at X, as now Blake Somi relieves him. Double team coming. So man is open, but opting to keep it a two-man game at X, as 17 and now 15 seconds remain in this game. Looks as though Darien will be able to walk away with the win. FCIAC tournament coming up, super exciting. I'm glad I'm home to watch and be able to follow along. Mr. Ferguson, I'd like to thank you for having me on today. This is actually really fun,
Jack,
despite the technical difficulties.
I want to thank you for coming, and you did a fantastic job. Darien meets the goalie here, Ryan Cornell, celebrating a hard-fought win here today.
Are you?
As Jack said, it is a raw day. It was a toughly fought battle here, and both teams under very tough conditions playing here today. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for tuning in. This has been a production of the Darien Athletic Foundation, coming to you live. Again, we apologize for the technical difficulties we had this afternoon here, and we'll be looking into that. We haven't had any problems with our equipment in prior broadcasts that were of this type anyway. Most of the any prior things were operator error and with settings and things like that. But today,
There's definitely a system in place. I can see the organization is impeccable.
so we again are very happy to have had you here joining us, and the boys are just congratulating each other on a hard-fought game. Darien pulls out the win. Final score 12-8. Again, thanking Jack Book for being here. He did a great job. Hopefully, he'll join us again. He's clearly talented, knows the game, knows the players, and so again, thank you very much to Jack Book.
Absolutely, thank you.
We're going to sign off here from Greenwich Cardinals Stadium at Greenwich High School in Greenwich, Connecticut, and we will see you again on another Darien Athletic Foundation broadcast very soon. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.